KREM 2 News at Noon begins now.
What started as a fire is now possibly a crime scene. An investigation underway right now after firefighters found a body inside a burning car.
And there is another possible case of coronavirus here in Washington state, this time a little closer to home.
And still no sign of two missing children in Idaho. Their mother missed a deadline yesterday to prove that they are indeed alive. Today we explain what happens next.
And a few rain showers trying to precipitate across the inland northwest this afternoon as the winds will become fierce over the next 36 hours.
Well, right now we are beginning with the breaking news. We are giving our first image here of a car into a home in North Spokane.
We're taking a live look right now. This is near Wellesley and Kalispell, just a few blocks away from Northtown Mall. Authorities say one person we do believe one person was inside the home at the time. Right now, Spokane police will not say, though, what led up to the crash. However, they do say that the driver has possibly some minor injuries. Firefighters are also installing support beams to the front of the home. But you have some more maybe information, Jen, on this?
Yeah, so we're just getting some new information literally just seconds ago. They were saying no one inside the home at the time, but the driver only suffered minor injuries.
Okay, so no one was in the home at the
Correct.
time. Originally, they thought maybe there was one person. No one in the home. Minor injuries of the driver. But again, they are working right now to get some support in there at the front of the home. And we do have a crew on the scene, and we'll certainly continue to track this story. But again, a car running into a home in North Spokane, just near Northtown Mall. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us on KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti, sitting alongside Jen York this afternoon. An investigation is underway in Spokane after police found a woman's body burning in a car. This is our top stories you might imagine coming up here at this noon hour.
Yeah, so this happened last night near 27th and Fisk near Thornton Murphy Park. Police actually blocked traffic overnight for that investigation, but here at noon, roads are reopened. Right now, we do not know the identity of the victim. And this is a developing story here at the noon hour. We are expecting more information today from major crimes detectives on this case. To track updates in the case, be sure to check KREM.com and the KREM 2 mobile app.
Okay, certainly. So a lot going on at this news hour. We have the car inside the home and then that case as well. We're going to take a moment now, just 2 minutes past noon. The wind is picking up as we head into our weekend. Thomas Patrick, you're stepping in for Evan Narani today. What can you tell us about this afternoon?
You know, a lot of people came into work this morning and were commenting on just how much windier it was this morning already. And the winds are only going to increase in speed this afternoon and into Saturday. So we begin with that. A high wind watch in effect for Saturday across most of the inland northwest, Columbia Basin areas, Palouse, as well as Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Those wind gusts will be as strong as 60 miles per hour tomorrow. But as of the noon hour, they have already increased to 28 miles per hour. So we're basically halfway there. Those winds are only going to get stronger throughout the day and night today. 51 degrees, by the way. It is a warm wind. We'll be on our way to the 50s in most of the Columbia Basin areas, with 40s just outside of that and into some of the mountain valleys. In addition to that, we're still seeing a few more rain sprinkles out there. And if you tally up the month overall, we just blew away the record for the most days of rain and snow this month at 29 days. That does include days where only a trace of rain or snow did fall. And there is a live look at Doppler radar right now. So a few light rain showers in addition to the wind and the warm weather, which continues tomorrow as well. But what's happening beyond that? Well, you have to stick with us for a few more minutes to find out what February has in store for us.
They're good kids. They don't deserve this.
It was a no-show for an Idaho mother ordered to prove that these children here are alive.
Now, yesterday, Lori Vallow did not produce her children in an Idaho court. Investigators say 7-year-old J.J. Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan were last seen in September. A judge gave her until close of business yesterday to comply with a court order. Now, law enforcement says it's likely they will issue a warrant for her arrest. That has not been issued as of right now. But ultimately, a judge will decide what happens next. It's just the latest revelation in this expansive case, which also involves a string of suspicious deaths. As of right now, no charges are filed against Lori or her new husband, Chad Daybell. But right now on KREM.com, you can read more on the case. You can also find that information on the KREM 2 app as well.
Here in Washington, doctors are monitoring a student at Central Washington University. This is possibly for the coronavirus. Health leaders say the patient is in voluntary isolation. They say the student recently traveled internationally. So far, there is only one confirmed case in Washington state. Doctors say the 30-year-old man is now recovering on the west side. They have also tested multiple other people for possible cases. Yesterday, doctors cleared 3 University of Washington students for the virus. All 3 recently had traveled to Wuhan, China. They say tests for all 3 patients came back negative for the virus. And across the United States, doctors say there are just a handful of coronavirus cases, and they're really hoping to keep it that way.
Now, authorities are monitoring airports and other ways the virus can spread, like possibly on luggage or even through the mail. So we had our Verify team look into it.
It is difficult to think of cramped airlines or busy airports and train stations without thinking about spreading germs. We had a lot of folks asking us about the new coronavirus, specifically if the virus can spread from surfaces. For example, can the virus live on a package that's delivered to my house from China? Here's Dr. Nancy Messonnier, the director of the CDC's National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Disease.
In general, because of the poor survivability of these coronaviruses on surfaces, that's sort of in the range of hours, there is likely a very, very, very low, if any, risk of spread from products or packaging that is shipped over a period of days or weeks at ambient temperatures.
The key here, coronaviruses like this one don't survive long outside the body, so the risk of catching it by touching a package that's been shipped is low. The CDC said they have no evidence the virus has spread from imported goods. But what about surfaces in general, like the handrails, doorknobs, even the luggage people are touching while traveling? Can I get the virus from touching those? Well, it is incredibly unlikely. Even if I sneezed into my hands and touched a doorknob, which you immediately touched after me, you wouldn't automatically get sick. The germs still have to get inside your body somehow. And remember, the virus can't survive for very long outside the body. Bottom line, it is highly unlikely you'll get the new virus from a surface or object. But in crowded areas, it's not hard to pass germs from person to person. That's how a lot of viruses spread, like the flu. Now, that doesn't mean you should sanitize your clothes or luggage. It simply means you need to avoid touching your face and wash your hands as often as possible. Good advice for this time of the year anyway. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
It is 12:07 right now. University high school leaders say a paraeducator is out of a job this afternoon, accused of using drugs from students. Now, we're not naming the paraeducator because they are not under arrest at this point. Investigators say she told a counselor about her interactions with students. They say the woman admitted to getting drugs like Xanax, cocaine, and marijuana from students. They say she also communicated with students on Snapchat. Right now, police issued a search warrant for her cell phone and a student's phone as well.
The Spokane County Superior Court is denying the motion to recuse the judge in the Friedmann High School shooting case. Now, this means Judge Michael Price will remain on the case. The defense team submitted a motion back in November saying he was not impartial and was in favor of the Friedmann community. But as we know now, the court has denied those claims.
A new report shows a drop in crime in Spokane for the first month of 2020. This is from the Spokane Crime Analysis Department. This shows a 3% drop in property crime. This is since December. It also is showing a 46% drop in violent crimes in that very same time span.
They're out there aggressively going after people that are doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing and able to reduce crime by, even though it's an increase in statistics when you look at an increased amount of drug arrests, that usually leads to lower property crimes in other places.
So while some numbers decreased, the same report showed a 33% increase in commercial burglary. So continuing to watch those numbers as we head further into the year.
All right, and we are windy outside today. I could hear the wind howling in the trees on my way into work today, but it will pale in comparison tomorrow across the inland Northwest. Thomas Patrick is back telling us how it will impact your weekend plans.